Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'll be doing a different type of video because as you guys know, I'm always doing a frontline strategy kind of build, but this time around I'm just going to make things up a bit and actually play a real lane strategy build. Yeah, so for a real lane strategy, you probably will want to be playing jumpers or playing maybe just 4 heroes, but you'll be pumping the hero up, boosting one hero as strong as possible first before you actually play other heroes. Yeah, so you gotta pick your heroes wisely, because if you're putting all your eggs into one basket, into one hero basically, and that hero gets countered hard, you would lose the game very fast, because you wouldn't have much heroes to back it up. Yeah, so looking at the lineup, I see that there isn't much control heroes. The only control heroes I see here are Grimstroke and potentially Bane. Yeah, so those are the only two heroes that I see that they are able to control. And the thing is that Bane is a single target control hero, and it's a channeling spell. So which means that if you have multiple jumpers, it's really hard for Bane to control all heroes at once, because there'll be too many targets to focus on. Yeah, and for Grimstroke is quite dangerous, because the ulti actually links your heroes together, so you're unable to jump further. Yeah. The reason why I chose to go for a jumper lineup here is because, as I mentioned, there isn't much counter, and also, as we all know, money makes the world go round. Who doesn't love money? I'm going for a bounty hunter and a MORPHLING strategy here. So if you're not sure, MORPHLING actually copies the spell, the closest hero beside him in the field, and if I put bounty beside MORPHLING would counter bounty hunter skill. But you ask, what skill does MORPHLING copies from bounty hunter? Well, MORPHLING copies Jinada, which means that he's able to still go with every hit that he makes. And you know that MORPHLING's level 20 talent, with bomb hits target, and this includes orb effect like pseudo orb effect like Jinada, which means that whenever you wave, it hits all the targets and you can potentially still go from more than one unit at once. Yeah, so that's why this is a very good combo for you to farm go early game. So even if you are playing a full jumper strat, but jumper strats, they usually require a lot of items and heavy investment, so it's not wise to take them all out at once. You need to do hero priority and item prioritization well. If not, you wouldn't even be able to survive and last till the late game. So for this game, I chose to have Wind Ranger, because Wind Ranger provides solid damage with his power shot and Aghanim shot early game. So hopefully this will actually allow me to tide through the early game and allow me to lose as little life as possible, for me to giving me enough time to build up my heroes. So as you can see, my MORPHLING is actually stealing some gold already. One tip to note is that if you're playing jumpers, it's better to go for real lane, and also if opposing team are playing there are many bounty hunters and MORPHLINGs around, it's better to go for real lane, because if you are in the front lane, you are more susceptible to getting your gold stolen, as compared to coming in later. There will be less chance for the opposing bounty hunter to steal your gold. Yeah. So now I'm just rolling for my heroes here. I'm just rolling for like 5 to 6 heroes. Normally I'll roll for 6 to 8 heroes for front lane, because you need the heroes to be strong. Yeah, but for real lane priority, as I mentioned, you want to pump a few heroes to be as strong as possible, so you don't really need that many heroes. And it's also about luck, because you definitely want your bounty and your MORPHLING to be level 25 as soon as possible, so that you can build that out ASAP. The longer it takes, the longer it delay, it's not as good, because the timing for you to actually still go, there's a short window. Once it hits the the late game, Bounty Hunter and Morphling combo doesn't really do much damage. They can't really carry you anymore. That's when you gotta swap your heroes out. Maybe switch Bounty Hunter for a stronger carry like Sven or Slada. And Morphling, instead of copying Bounty Hunter's Jinada, you probably want to switch and copy some other spell instead, which could be stronger. Okay, so I see that there are some people doing Morphling Sven. Morphling Sven is definitely good. If you're playing real lane, he can actually wipe out the entire enemy team. But when you're playing real lane, you definitely want to have a edge over the opponent. So the edge here I'm getting is going for the greed is good strategy, which is farming gold on my enemy. Yeah. If you're going for more Sven, you can go build an early pirate head. On the 20 minutes mark, Pirate Head is available for purchase. So if you're playing Mob Event, you can take advantage of that high damage to actually stack up high amounts of charges for your Pirate Head. Yeah. Pirate Head can be, you can buy it early for morphing, and the waveform attacks targets actually works only if the opponent doesn't have BKB. If you have BKB, waveform wouldn't hit you because you are spell immune, right? If you are spell immune, waveform doesn't hit you, which means that the waveform hits targets wouldn't take effect as well. So you can get an early Pirate Head for morphing, and then the Pirate Head can be transferred to a stronger carry later, like a Sven or a Slada. There's one disadvantage to playing real lane is that if you are high on HP and your partner is chose real lane as well, you would be going to the front, because if both players pick rear, the player with the higher HP would actually go front. So this is actually really bad, because if both lineups favor the rear lane, then there will be no players to actually set up the team fight, because you need someone to set up the team fight. Usually front lane heroes are more suitable for that, such as having like an Undying in the front, like a Disruptor, Grimstroke, Necrophos, heroes that actually can do well in the front lane, get their spells off early, the burst damage. Yeah, okay, so now I finally got the free to reset ability. That's very important because I need the correct talents for my Morphling. Now you can go for early power threats. Early power threats provides lots of agility and attack speed. Yeah, and you need high attack speed so that you can actually take advantage of that. Yeah, I got to roll my Morphling's talent. I wouldn't really suggest going for IO Bounty Hunter, because Bounty Hunter doesn't really take advantage of the IO's level 25 talent, which is providing the Aghanim buff. Yeah, when you're playing Bounty Hunter, you don't really want to enable the Shuriken Toss because it actually stops you from attacking. You just want him to attack as much as possible, right? So you will disable the Shuriken Toss, and Aghanim's Scepter actually buffs Shuriken Toss such that it's able to bounce to all track targets. Yeah, so it actually isn't that useful. And also, if Bounty Hunter dives in too far, you're actually putting the IO at risk of getting killed as well. Yep, so I got him shot for Wind Ranger. Ranger is able to do lots of damage with this power shot. Yeah, I did not take out Bounty Hunter yet because it's not level 25 and I just wanted to try having MORPHLING copy Timber Source spell and reactive armor and see how it is. Yeah, it's quite decent. He is actually really tanky when he copies the Timber Source spell. Night Stalker is actually really tough to fight because early game because of his Crippling Fear. The cooldown is actually, I think it's like 7 seconds duration and 8 seconds cooldown. So he almost has a permanent uptime on it. Without BKBs, it's very hard to fight him. Alright, here I finally got my Bounty Hunter. Because my Bounty Hunter is not attacking, I chose the level 25 plus 150 track gold talent. Actually, I think that talent is quite superior most of the time because when you're actually trying to steal gold and the opponent does not have non-reliable gold for you to steal, then it doesn't matter how much you attack him, he has no gold for you to steal, so you wouldn't still be stealing any gold instead. But when you pick the 150 track gold talent, that's actually gold that is generated for you. In a sense that it's not stolen from the enemy, but you just get plus additional 150 gold when the tracked hero dies. So that is independent of how much gold the opponent has. If the opponent does not have non-reliable gold, then it doesn't matter if you are stealing 36 gold or 86 gold per hit. Yeah. Yep, Wind Ranger is able to deal like 14k damage here, even with just little to no items. And the reason I put sentry wards on the floor is because I do not want to stack them up. I just want each sentry to be one charge each, so that when my Undying uses his sentry, I can just put one more charge on him instead. It's just easier instead of having to buy from the shop every time and transferring it. And also, you need a sentry ward because there might be invis heroes, and here there is Mirana. And if there is invis heroes, or like when the entire team is invis because of Mirana, Morphling has no vision over them, and when he has no vision, he cannot waveform over invisible targets. That's a problem, you know. He only waveforms when he has vision. Yeah, so as you can see here, because I'm the highest HP here and the other guy chose rear, we both chose rear lane, so I'm at the back. I'm at the front, sorry, this time around, which isn't really good for me. So you can look at my goal, you can see that my goal is actually rising every time I do a waveform here. Yeah. You can see the plus 36 goal every time I hit. For this fight, it was quite unlucky because my Morphling went to chase the Weaver instead of focusing on the main team fight. So I stolen probably like 1k plus gold this round. So I transferred my items to Bounty because I was thinking that taking that plus 50 gold talent will actually do more, but I don't think it's a wise choice here. Should have just stuck with Morphling because Bounty is attacking Abaddon and Night Stalker. They both have evasion and high armor, so it's really hard for them to do any damage. Yeah, so this is really good because I can just make a refresher orb. Right, so I see there are a few invokers here. Invoker, when he casts his spell and properly he's on point, is really good because of the Cataclysm. But the main issue is that there is too much luck involved when playing Invoker because you can't control what spells he invoke and what spells he cast at the time. So if he casts the wrong spells and he doesn't cast Cataclysm even though he has BKB refresher, then it's going to be very tough on you. Or when he casts Cataclysm straight up and there is no one to control the opponent, which means that they are walking forward while Cataclysm is being cast. This means that Cataclysm would most likely miss the target as well. You want them to be standing at the spot where they're not moving. That's the best time. Alright, so I gave an Aeon Disc to Bounty because it doesn't matter if he dies or if he's doing damage later. All I want is for him to hit as much as possible to steal the goal, and then it doesn't matter what happens after that. He can still go even when he's attacking in Aeon Disc form, so it's okay. Yeah, so this is actually perfect because I can get a butterfly. It forces the opponent to go for MKB. And normally at such an early stage, people normally wouldn't have a MKB for their heroes. I mean, Daedalus and MKB. Daedalus definitely provides more damage. This guy is a joker. He put a attack free medal on the Night Stalker by accident. Right, so you can see that there's another build here, which is Bounty Hunter going for Aghanim with an attack free medal. That's also possible actually. Attack free bounty is actually really good, but I don't like it when you enable the shuriken toss. I would rather you just have bounty attack free and you disable the shuriken toss, so that he's able to cast his trap while in Vis and he remains in Vis, so it's much safer that way. Of course, you can go for the Aghanim and shuriken toss where you still when you still go from every shuriken toss. Like I mentioned, the Aghanim shot. Aghanim effect is that whenever you toss, it applies a Jinada hit on it and it bounces to all track targets. Yeah, so I went for an early Pirate Head because I just needed attack speed, and that item provides that's the single item that provides the most attack speed in the game, and it's also really good if you can get it early and stack up the charges as well. You can, like I mentioned, you can move the Pirate Head away to a stronger carry later. Stack up the charges and move it to a stronger carry. So the item is not actually wasted. There is a Night Stalker here and Wind Ranger, so I definitely need a Monkey King bar. If not 50% evasion on Night Stalker, that's really hard to fight into. Yeah, as you can see, there's a butterfly on a Night Stalker, and also Night Stalker has 50% evasion from his talent. So yeah, definitely needed that. Oh, he removed his items from Night Stalker by mistake. That's so sad. Yeah, so it's basically a full grid build. I have Bounty Hunter and Morphling, and I also went for Pirate Head for Morphling. And every time you kill a hero, the hero with Pirate Head who kills a hero, you get extra gold for that. And every charge gives you 2 damage and 1% status resistance. So you're able to get plenty of charges. That's really good for your late game. And it's best to get it early because that's when heroes are the squishes, when there's no item yet on most heroes and you're able to kill them fast. But late game, if you get it too late for your Pirate Head for your heroes, it's very hard to kill heroes because they're all very tanky, or you have Aeon Beasts and Black King bars. It's very hard to burst them down, so it's harder to rack up charges. It's just like Patch and Slug, right? So you want to get them early so they can get the charges up as fast as possible. I mean their stacks as fast as possible. Yeah, so this is what I mean. You see the 2 Morphlings are linked with the Grimstroke ulti, and they both got Reaper Scythe. Oh, that's really painful. Okay, one thing to note is that as you know, heroes usually attack the closest target to them, and if you are playing bounty hunter, if there are a lot of brewmasters around, or a lot of summons like lichen wolves or lone druids there, then you might probably want to go for a dagger or an assassin medal for bounty hunter. Because if you don't do that, your bounty hunter will be attacking the summons, and attacking summons won't grant you gold. Only attacking heroes does. So you will definitely want to have an assassin medal. You can just change the secondary target to nearest target, and you will just aim the hero instead of aiming units instead. Or you can aim the non-strength range hero, or you can have a dagger and just actually jump the backline if you want. Wow, that's a very painful grim stroke. But it's okay because you look at my goal now. I have like 9.1k goal now. Stolen enough goal, so that's good for me. And another thing is that you steal goal, which means that for every goal that you steal, the opponent loses goal. If you steal 36 goal, your opponent loses 36 goal. I mean, that's just from Jinada. The track goal, like I mentioned, is literally goal generation. It creates wealth from nowhere. So I disabled Wind Ranger's Focus Fire because Wind Ranger's Focus Fire has a very short cast range, and if it's enabled, she will actually walk forward to cast its Focus Fire. So by disabling it, she will actually stand back and cast its Shackle Shot and Power Shot, which is what I want actually. Right now I built another jumper. I was hoping that the Timber Saw can actually, like a mid shield, absorb some damage and tank some of the spells before my bounty hunter actually, before my morph actually jumps in. So when you have multiple jumpers, it's really hard for them to focus you, as compared to having just one jumper. If you're going for a jumper lineup, then it's probably wise to jump all your heroes instead of just one or two, because if you look at the goal distribution, if let's say 50% of your heroes or 50% of the items, your item investment is in your range heroes that stays in the backline, and 50% of your item investment, your goal is jumping. So it's not that good because let's say you have 100k goal, 50k goal is in the back lane, and 50k goal is in the front when you're jumping, and you're fighting against your opponent who has like 100k goal, who is just standing and fighting. So you're essentially using half your investment to fight your opponent's full investment, 50k versus 100k. So it's hard for you to fight that way. So if you're going to jump, it's better to jump all heroes. It's the same as playing Enigma or Faceless Void. Sometimes do you realize that your Faceless Void, when you do an Assassin Medal, you jump in and chrono the opponent team, but he chronos too early, and by the time the chrono ends, your heroes are still walking or hasn't actually touched the opponent yet. So you want to chrono and be doing the damage in the chrono. Or when Enigma cast his Black Hole, and your heroes are too far away from actually dealing damage to the heroes, and they survive the Black Hole or the chrono, then that will be very disastrous for you because there's no follow-up. So like when you're playing Dota, right, sometimes you see people cast a perfect Black Hole or a perfect Chronosphere, but the thing is that where's the follow-up? If there's no follow-up, there's no damage, then casting your chrono or your Black Hole is kind of wasted, right? So you gotta be mindful of that. Your timing is very important. That's why if you're going to jump, you jump all, so that in the chrono you can actually do damage. That's when you use chrono offensively. When you use it defensively, when people jump you, you can actually use your Faceless Void and you can delay him, teleport him, or attack free him or something like that, or for lower metal, so that he actually stays back and actually chrono the jumper instead of chronoing them before they jump. I mean, unless you have a follow up for that, like a disruptor, and actually hold them there in place and kill them. Yeah, this guy is actually playing IO Bounty. Like I mentioned, IO Bounty, I don't really like it because Bounty might actually dive too far in. And also, Bounty is not a really great carry. He's just there to farm gold for you. Yeah. So, try not to play him as a main carry. Yeah, Underlord is quite annoying to play against as well because Underlord always sends his entire team home, and then it erases your BKB duration. By the time you actually reach the fountain, your BKB is up. Yeah, I got a Lincolns and a Lotus because there is Scream Stroke here, which is able to link my Timber, and if he's linked, he wouldn't be able to jump. Yeah, so you see the guy who is playing IO Bounty Hunter is out. Not a good strategy. Right now I have plenty of gold, so I think I'll probably be buying out a new hero soon. Gotta level up to level 25. Sorry, level 20 to get our new hero. One of the best heroes late game is actually Undying. I know Undying normally you play as a tank. You play as a jumper is actually very strong, especially when you have Apex, Trident, and not to mention the most important item is the Giant's Ring. Got to roll a Giant's Ring for Undying. You have that, he's actually unstoppable. Well, this ulti provides damage amplification and strength multiplier as well. When you have Apex and Giant's Ring, those strength are amplified as well. And every time he casts DK, he gets more strength, so Giant's Ring damage will be higher because he's able to trample the opponent. Bounty Hunter, sorry, Morphling and Night Stalker, it is alright. I mean, Morphling gets additional 200 damage from Night Stalker's ulti, but that's about it. I don't think Morphling actually steals Hunter in the night, so yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You can see that Invoker casted the Sun Cataclysm twice, but the problem is that Aeon is activated, so those two Cataclysms did 0 damage. Yep, so I'm starting to build my Undying now. The best time to take Undying out is you start building him out probably around round 33, round 35, because round 35 is when the tier 5 item drops, and when your tier 5 item drops, you definitely want to roll for your Giant's Ring as soon as possible for Undying, because that is his source of damage. Without Giant's Ring, he doesn't do damage, he's just a mid shield, just tanking. Yeah, so you definitely need a Giant's Ring. I got a heart as well because I see that this game that they don't really have much damage to take down Undying. See, he's still on his first life, he's still not dead yet. Yeah, see how strong Wind Ranger is. He just stands back, casts his power shot and shackle shot. You can actually permanently shackle the opponent there, because the duration of the shackle is actually longer than the cooldown of it. Yep, so I finally got a tier 5 item now. I'm just going to start rolling for my Giant's Ring, like I mentioned. That's singular best item for Undying, or strength jumpers like Patch, Centaur. Yeah, here you can see that the opponent starts burning just from the giant string. And having an overwhelming dagger allows him to actually jump forward and take damage from overwhelming's dagger's active as well. I don't really like Fallen Sky on Undying because Fallen Sky has a longer cooldown, so it's harder to reposition to jump as compared to having a dagger itself. A dagger has a shorter cooldown, and for overwhelming dagger is just a natural upgrade for Undying. Yeah, so you see this is a problem. I have too much gold and I have not much to spend on. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the 1v1 stage so that I can actually pick up more heroes. Alright, so I start buying out the Slada here. Slada is one of the best 1v1 heroes here. Slada and Spirit Breaker. Those two are the strongest 1v1 heroes. The Slada has Perma Bash with the that spell, and Spirit Breaker has Perma Bash as well. He has the ulti, which actually guarantees you a greater bash charge also. Charge has greater bash and the third spell. Greater bash has 0.9 second cooldown, and Spirit Breaker has bulldoze, which gives it really high status resistance. Slada, if you get an Aghanim, he has really high status resistance as well because he will always be in the river. Casting a Slaving Crush will actually create a puddle of water and that acts as a river for him. Right, so now for 1v1 stage, I got Assassin Medal. Just want to jump the hero. I don't want Slada to be attacking his tank, I want Slada to be attacking its carry. Yeah, that's actually very unfortunate because of the Grimstroke. Yeah, so you can see how strong Grimstroke actually is. With the Grimstroke's ulti, you actually stop your opponent from doing any damage. So actually, on hindsight, I should have gotten an Assassin Medal for Undying as well, so that he's able to jump back. Yeah, so this is a problem when you don't get Assassin Medal. All your heroes are just fighting their tank. Yeah, so you need Assassin Medal for all of them. So one of my things that I can do better here is that Bounty Hunter isn't that useful now, so I probably should have sold him to get a Slada instead and transferred his items over to Slada. That would have been better. Yeah, his Weaver actually deals a lot of damage because he has Rapier. Oh, that's so sad. As you can see here, Wind Ranger just perma shackles the Weaver, and he drops the Rapier, and he doesn't die, which means that he's 6k down now. Yeah, it's so unlucky for him. Alright, so now I sold away my bounty for Slada, and I allowed Morphling to copy Husker's spell. He copies the Berserker's Blood. Husker is a very good late game hero as well. His first spell has a really short cooldown. So when you cast that, he actually disables your opponents from attacking. Yeah, he actually disarms them. And your ulti, if I'm a Guardian Scepter, you actually force the target that you ulti, that you jump on, to attack you. And they can't cast spells during that duration. Right now I'm rolling for Night Stalker because I want the AoE silence to stop them from casting spells, and since all of them are playing like backline heroes, they probably won't have BKBs for all their heroes because they are going for the Underlord to take them home. So when you're fighting a long sustained battle, you normally wouldn't have BKBs. Yeah, so I'm not going to make the same mistake as I did previously. Just going to go for an Assassin Medal and jump them straight. Husker is alright because his ulti will actually jump them, and then he will actually cast his ulti to the first target. So the first ulti he cast will be on the Baron, second ulti he cast will be to the backline, so it's okay. In this game, you cannot show mercy. You cannot let your opponent win even one round, because never underestimate your opponent. This game is not about rank. It's all about your tactics. You know, your heroes, your lineup. Yeah, so you can see Night Stalker actually doing work here, silencing all of their units, Invoker, Grimstroke and Ranger. He has Refresher but he has no BKB like I expected. So without BKBs fighting against Night Stalker, it's yeah, it's just a GG for you. Yep, so as you can see guys, I win purely by goal advantage. I have 32k goal more than my opponent. Yeah, so this is the end of my greed is good strategy. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my content, please do like, share and subscribe my video and my channel. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.